Hello there and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Sophie from Third Eye Traveller and I make magical videos from places that feel like a fairy tale. Now, if you're an Outlander fan, you will definitely recognise this incredible castle behind me, which is Midhope Castle, also known as Lallybroch, also known as Droughtlander. I have made a video on Lallybroch in the past. I did a whole Outlander tour of Scotland before on my channel, so you can check out those old videos here. I was getting quite nostalgic because of course I visited Lallybroch, oh gosh, it must have been 2019, this is like 5 years ago, and I always remember how just special it is to come up this driveway to see Lallybroch. And I got quite emotional actually, because I was just thinking that, you know, it's been such an amazing season. It's been going for over a decade, and yeah, it's just sad to see it go, but I can't wait to see it. And you should be watching this around the launch of the first episode. There's just something so special about visiting Lallybroch, and I definitely recommend it if you're an Outlander fan. So come on, let's go and have a look at Lallybroch or Midhope Castle here in Scotland.
So before we head into the castle, I thought I'd get some of the logistics of visiting Lallybroch out of the way. So Lallybroch Castle or Midhope Castle is 30 minutes drive out of Edinburgh in South Queensferry and is located on the Hopetoun Estate. The easiest and most convenient way to visit Lallybroch would be to drive, and there is a free car park located 40 metres away, and tickets to the castle cost £7 each. If you're not intending to drive, I do not recommend getting a taxi because it can be hard to get a taxi back, so I recommend booking one of the tours that run from Edinburgh. Have a look at some of the tour options I've included in my description below. I just wanted to thank Hopetoun Estate for letting me visit Lallybroch. I was able to visit a little bit earlier to beat the crowds, and I was absolutely over the moon to see these beautiful pictures of all the cast and crew at Lallybroch before you head into the castle. I just thought this was a really nice touch. This wasn't here the last time that I visited, and I just think this is so lovely and special. As soon as you've got your tickets, words cannot explain how special it is to be walking up this road, just like Claire in the series when she says, "Take me home to Lallybroch," and Claire and Jamie are walking towards Droughtlander. In the series, Lallybroch is the ancestral home of Jamie Fraser, and it translates to Lazy Tower, and Droughtlander translates to the north-facing tower. But on your visit, you won't find this north-facing tower, as it was added in with some clever CGI. Now, if you're interested in the history of Midhope Castle, it was originally built in the 15th century by John Martin. He was laird of this castle until his death in 1478. It then passed on to Henry Livingstone, and eventually it was owned by Alexander Drummond of Midhope, and he was Master of Work to the Crown of Scotland. It was then owned by the 3rd Earl of Linlithgow, George Livingstone, in the 17th century, and by the 19th century it was a castle that thrived with the community living on the grounds. In the 20th century, the castle fell into decline and it is abandoned today, but there's been lots of restoration work and it's had a revival featuring in the popular series of Outlander. I don't really think that the owners of the estate knew how popular Outlander was going to be when they filmed Lallybroch here, but since the time travel romance show has aired over a decade ago, this castle has drew thousands of Outlander fans to visit the famous ancestral home of Jamie every single year. Now, you can't go inside the castle with your entry ticket. It is just the exterior of the grounds, but I definitely think that walking along this road to see the famous gate and keep is a rite of passage for any Outlander fan. It is just unbelievable how you'll feel when you finally get here after watching the show. The castle is only open seasonally from the 1st of April until the 23rd of December. These times and dates may change, so I always recommend having a look at the website before you go. Your ticket will be valid for the entire day, and I recommend getting to Lallybroch for opening time if you plan to get photos. This attraction is super busy, especially in the summer months, and so getting there for opening time is crucial. And you should also manage some expectations with your visit. Of course, it is Lallybroch, but it is a ruin and it is a historic keep, so it's not going to look exactly the same as it is in the series. For example, they added in some props, they've added in some work to it to make sure that the windows don't look like they're broken. They've also added in some stonemasonry to the gate, which won't be there. Some of the things that were on the ruin were only put in for the show, but I personally think that visiting is just amazing, especially if you're an Outlander fan. Getting to visit this keep and walking up those famous Lallybroch steps is a fan moment that is just unmatched. Despite it looking a little different in real life, it really does feel like you have entered into an episode of the show. It is just so special. And I would recommend making the most of your visit. A lot of people say you only need sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I think you could easily spend an hour here just admiring the details and feeling like you're in the show. There are no facilities here to speak of, no toilets. There's no cafe, there's nothing that you can do apart from seeing the castle ruins, but I think it is worth every single penny. There are so many special moments that were filmed here and significant moments of the show, and I just think it really does transport you right back to those special moments. Once you have had a look at the front, I do recommend taking a quick look at the back of the castle. There's not much to see here and most of it's been blocked off, but this did feature in the first series when the stables and the hay was set on fire by the kind of bandits. It's very much abandoned, but it's quite cool to think that cast members like Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe stood right here where you are standing. I filmed this in July, so there was quite a lot of wildflowers. And yeah, I just thought it was quite a nice feature. And also, if you make your way back down the path towards the car park, you'll see a Dovecote, and this was used as the place where Jamie hid out as the Dunbonnet in the third series. And you are allowed to take a quick peek inside there. Before saying goodbye to Lallybroch, I recommend heading back to the ticket office as they have a wee gift shop where you can find some beautiful and locally made souvenirs. They have lots of postcards, magnets, socks and shawls that you can buy. For me, I had to buy this key to Lallybroch, which I just thought was the most adorable thing. Of course, Outlander fans, if you know, you know. But yes, I was so happy to return to Lallybroch, and it's just as special as I remember the first time.
Tips to have a magical visit to Lallybroch. So Lallybroch, or Midhope Castle, is in Queensferry, which is a few miles out of Edinburgh. And although it is only a few miles out of Edinburgh, be prepared for traffic on your drive out because it is coming out of the city. Lallybroch is a castle on a working farm estate, so please always try to respect the residents, don't pry in their houses or veer off the main path or away from the castle grounds. A lot of people say that it's not worth going because it's derelict and you have to pay and you don't get to spend much time here, but for me, I think that this is an absolute must visit in Scotland. And also, if you're an Outlander fan, even if you're not an Outlander fan, I still think that Midhope Castle is an incredible keep with lots of history that you can visit, and I definitely recommend it here in Queensferry. Happy Outlander season, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more videos like this, then please remember to subscribe for more magic. I'll see you next time. Bye.